In this video, we will learn about the continue statement in Python. Like the break statement, the continue statement can be used only inside for loops and while loops. The continue statement is a control flow tool that allows us to skip a specific part of a loop when a certain condition is met. When the continue statement is encountered, the program immediately skips the remaining code inside that iteration and moves directly to the next iteration of the loop. Let us understand this concept using a flowchart. First, we enter the loop and check the loop condition. If the condition is not satisfied, the program exits the loop. However, if the condition is satisfied, the program enters the loop body and checks whether the continue statement is reached during that iteration. If the continue statement is reached, the program skips all the remaining statements for that particular iteration and jumps directly to the next iteration of the loop. If the continue statement is not reached, the program executes the remaining code normally and then proceeds to the next iteration. This process continues repeatedly until the loop condition is no longer satisfied. Now let's understand this with an example. Suppose we want to create a program that prints every number from 1 to 10, except the numbers that are multiples of 3. For this example, we will use a for loop. We begin by writing, for I in range 1 to 11. We use 11 instead of 10 because the range function goes up to the end value -1. To check whether a number is divisible by 3, we use the modulus operator. So we write, if I mod 3 equals 0. If this condition is true, it means the number is a multiple of 3. In that case, we do not want to print the number. So we use the continue statement. When continue is executed, the remaining part of the loop, including the print statement, is skipped for that iteration. For example, when I is equal to 3, it satisfies the condition and reaches the continue statement. As a result, the print statement is skipped, and the loop moves directly to the next iteration, where I becomes 4. Now let's run the program. We can see that it prints all numbers from 1 to 10 except 3, 6, and 9, which is exactly what we wanted. Now let's look at another example using a while loop. Suppose we want to print all numbers from 1 to 10 that are not divisible by 2. For this, we will use a while loop. First, we create a counter variable. Then we write the loop condition. While counter is less than or equal to 10. This condition ensures that the loop will run 10 times. Now, if the counter is divisible by 2, we do not want to print that number. So we write, if counter mod 2 equals 0, then continue. However, in a while loop, we must be careful. When continue is executed, the program skips everything below it in that iteration. That means the increment statement will also be skipped. So before using continue, we must increment the counter by 1. Otherwise, the loop would become infinite. After handling that case, we then print the counter value and increment it again normally. Now let's run the program. We can see that the output is 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. These are all the numbers from 1 to 10 that are not divisible by 2. So this example clearly shows how the continue statement behaves differently in a while loop compared to a for loop. And this concludes our lesson on the continue statement in Python.